Holy mackerel. I'm really sorry for anybody who has already watched this. This is a repeat. It's too boring for live stream. I'm doing this in real time for a few people. If you've already seen this, then you don't need to watch it again. This is in order to keep it on video, because we really need this to go onto our, onto our Ustream and to go onto our YouTube. So God help you if you've already watched this. It's really, I was just repeating myself, and I'm not going to repeat myself now. I'm going to give you the short version. This is from my research. I've been a crash test dummy at the Vigil. And these are the gear that I think we need and how to get it to people and how to make sure it's shared and what our strategy is becoming. This is something I've been working on with 99, Barry Joe, Colonel, myself, people who come down and support a whole bunch and work out there like Munjin and Jack, and people who are out there, Steve, and oh my gosh, there's so many people on who go on live stream or who go on Ustream and support us. It's amazing how somebody can help. So speaking of people who help, we got a donation. We're set on Vigil TV, so none of the money needs to go this winter to Vigil TV. Vigil TV was not my priority at first for money, but it became one of the ranking priorities because we started using it for building up a lawsuit and for police accountability, and for, of course, the usual outreach to the public about why. Just don't blame the victim. Look at the system. Somebody's making money off keeping people houseless, and here's how it's happening. So that, and have a heart. Look, people are dying. Okay, they're not tracking that. They're not tracking what happens to a person who gets houseless, and then because of that, because of the city policy, because of the camping ban, can end up dead. Lives ruined. Rape. Freezing cold that never goes away. Police disheartening, losing all your gear, getting beat up, getting knifed, getting, stepping on a needle. I don't know, but there's a lot of ways that you can get your life ruined by being on the street. So did we raise in numbers 30% last year because more people were coming in because of economy and jobs and all the things that I hear from City Hall council? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it might be because people aren't coming out. It's a bottomless pit. It ruins your life. And where is the tracking of that about what's happening to people and the tracking of whether or not they're dying? So when we say lift the camping ban, I personally don't think we should just say, hey, tents everywhere. I think what we should do is say everything city council should be doing should be working toward the goal of not having to have a camping ban. Where when you say recreational camping in a few parks for a couple of days for people for emergency situations is okay, but we can just go back to the whole like 2 tents per park because we don't have 2,500 people on the street. The police put up 24-hour notices of illegal campground, and what do they say on them? Go to a shelter. Okay, I'm not going to flip off the camera right now, but I almost did. Go to a shelter? How dare you say that? 2,500 people left over at the end of it, and shelters are not cool. All right? I can't say that everybody who works at the shelter is bad. I think that there are some really good hearts out there, but they've got to be frustrated too. These things are not cool. So, again, this is too boring for live stream. If you are trying to procast this, I am sorry, but this is not. This is a local thing, or for people who might want to send gift cards or something to help, or do things online to help. This is the immediate needs of the occupation down at City Hall to keep us going, keep us protesting, and keep us outreaching to the public, making a difference in City Hall's hearts, and also taking care of the people who come in at night, find us, need us, and then helping them get on their feet and out, because it's not a good place for them if they don't want to protest. But people who do want to protest, who meet us and go, yeah, I came here to get a good night's sleep and to meet some people, but here you are, and I want to join you. And we got some really strong people that way. So my suggestion is, if you want to gear people up for winter, where it is the most powerful statement to show people what it looks like when we set people up and help them right there, involve them. Did you know that there was an Oregonian article about Cindy, the security guard, helping one of our people out who came in to us? She ended up with scabies. She ended up with lice. This girl was kind of quarantined off in her own area. She looks apparently schizophrenic, frightened little thing. And Cindy made it happen. And when she told Desiree to take her up to OHSU on the bus, and they got up there, OHSU kicked her out. And Cindy was calling service after service after service, and going through City Hall. And City Hall had a quote like, we didn't realize what a crisis it was. Oh, baloney. There's no system in place. You guys are bureaucrats. You don't really have the heart to do this. This was through Nick Fish's office. The truth is that it was Officer Palmater, who is the one harassing 99 the most, or has been, who told OHSU the next day, drove this girl up there and said, you keep her there. I'm putting her on a hold. They weren't going to keep them there. He had to use his authority to force them by law to take her. And they kept her for a few days. They got her cleaned up. But now she's on the street somewhere else. We're going to do better than that. I'm getting a guy who, I called friends to find somebody who knew somebody. This person is Occupy friendly and knows that we need to keep a political face to this. And, we can't go to our enemies who will just shut us down because they find something by working with us. They can't do that. If I walk somebody over to City Central Concern, Old Town Clinic, I'm not saying Occupy. I'm just saying person needs help. Or same with Rosehaven, anywhere else that I don't know yet. So that powerful statement in winter, we're going to go out there and freeze. I'm trying to get there on the worst days weather-wise. There are supporting people who are not occupying every day. And I would say that if a person has a nicer hole to go to some days, they should do it. They should be dry some days. They should be well some days. It's too hard to do this day after day. Okay, so let's talk gear. Because when we go out there and freeze and take care of people, and when we suffer, and there's nothing we can do about that, with our protest signs, like the one on the vigil that I made that says, people die over petty city code while City Hall pretends like they don't know. On the back side, which you can't see anymore, it says out of sight, out of mind, into graves, end the ban. That's our message. Maybe you can't lift the camping ban, but you've got to do things that enable it to not have to be there. People on the street need to be well. We had this philosophical argument with like 3 different people, and it was really cool because we got all these different viewpoints. But I had somebody back me up on this, that it's either neutral or it's actually, because it's not enabling to help somebody for a couple days, all right? We're not going to have them feed off the protest and cause us harm. But anybody who wants to protest with us is welcome. And anybody who needs mercy in the short term, we can do. Mercy in the short term is a whole different set of gear. We can use thick blankets occasionally if it's me taking it in my car, bringing it back, washing it, quarantining it in bags. We can do that. We can't leave them there. So if I'm only coming down 3 times a week or twice a week, then we've got all these other days where we could use somebody who has a car who can do this, who can shuttle stuff around. Those things don't have to be so durable. Those things are not such a find at, resale. Goodwill cards are suggested on the website Visual TV. Donna and myself are pretty super shoppers. If you know a super shopper who can get it, Goodwill by the pound, Okeechobee and Macadam, I believe. Wherever you can get this stuff. So here's what I got. I got a bedroll that says blow up. Pretty sweet. Got that for real cheap for myself. My money. I have this bag lying around. It's pretty waterproof, canvas bag. And inside I got a really lightweight sleeping bag. This is what we're coming up with. 99 is teaching me here. We don't need really heavy, thick sleeping bags. They're impractical. They break people's backs. What we need is something, especially in the cold, when it's consistently cold and people can walk around and not sweat too much, is the outfit to get into the sleeping bag and the way to elevate yourself off the ground. Colonel's got the elevation off the ground. He's made these sleds. We turn them into signs during the day. We tell the cops they can't have them. And then at night, lay him down and elevate somebody, these sleeping boards. He thinks maybe the wave of the future, and we're still working on design. Get Colonel Fence boards, talk to him yourself. If you give some cash, since we don't need it for Vigil TV, thanks to an angel who provided us with that documenting ability and telling personal stories, we're set for winter. So now it's all gear. So Colonel's going to get some for fence boards if he needs it, because these are really critical, but only as he needs it for that. I mean, he can spend money, he can spend our money, he knows what to buy, especially things to outfit the actual table demonstration itself. He's really good at that. And then he's a good consult for what people need to wear. So is Barry, 99, myself, lots of people. Moonjin is doing the vest thing. These visible vests, you know Moonjin's vest, or Barry Joe 99's wearing now. Nick Fish read that sign on his back. He read it that said a Nick Fish quote about relaxing the rules for people who have no alternative but to sleep outside. It's amazingly powerful. Jack has fitted us with signs before. Jack is a person that if you give him cash, he can go down, or he'll donate it. But I mean, I would like to support people who are doing this. If you know Jack, you know, yay. He's getting that Coroplast, and he knows where it is because of Bill. Winco has the best sign making materials that I've found. These things that says, don't live stream this, it's too boring. This is just helpful info. This sign is 33 cents, not 50, not 70. And that's Winco. So are huge markers at Winco, really cheap. Occasionally there'll be a sale on those giant ones at Freddy's. Those are a good deal too. Those gift cards about where we get our stuff, like Goodwill and like Freddy's, like gas cards. Gas cards, I know that myself, Donna, and Angela do things with cars that other people can't do. Warming people up, charging people's phones, going and shopping, taking people shopping. If needed, to take somebody up to OHSU or something. We've used those. I've done that. I've done all those things. And so have other people. So if you know somebody with a car, get them a gas card. I could really use it. Mine is a gas guzzler. Yeah, so is Donna's. So it's not ideal. But these are the people with cars, and this is the cars that we have. We can't replace them. So it's worth it. We have saved people, okay? Seriously. When they need to warm up, if that body temperature drops, if a person's socks get wet, it has saved lives. So please help us with gas. Gas cards are on the Vigil website, vigiltv.com website. And as far as delivery to the people who need them, if you don't know a person with a car who's doing this, email me. I'm going to say me, Donna, Angela, but if you know someone else that you want it to go to, I will deliver it. You tell me. These are long johns. I get them for $5 for a set, top and bottom. But they're few and far between to find. If you know somebody from Hanes, please go get them. Wouldn't that be awesome if you could actually get a donation? If you know how to get a donation from a company, that's what we need most. Here's the top Miley Cyrus brand. Obviously, I didn't pay for this at retail. Why would I do that? Okay, here's a fleece lined jacket. Now, this is a good example. It's ugly. It's got cigarette burns. It's so warm. Now, this somebody dropped off. Nobody wanted it. It was smoke damaged, right? Except I finally found a soap. People's Co-op has this in bulk. You can also get it at Freddy's and the natural food and vitamins and all that. It's BioClean all-purpose. You dilute it down. It takes out grease and smoke. So you got to wash things a couple of times. For the people that we just help out for a couple of days, who don't end up staying with us, we're giving them a blanket. We're picking it back up. We quarantine it in a bag, in a big hefty bag, because scabies and bed bugs will just go away if you just airtight bag in a few days. So we don't have to worry about helping other people. We can do that. Then we wash them in hot water. So I can do that. I am doing that. That's how we're kind of keeping up on the immediate needs of people. Tarps, I would say, instead of buying us tarps, I'm getting convinced that a more economical, more practical way is if you can find something like this. This is a waterproof and breathable outside shower curtain. I can feel the air, but it's real slow. It's not like all the way through easy. And I soak it underwater. Does not absorb. That is the best. For boots, these are snow boots. Got them really cheap. Look at that. Isn't that funny? They're famous. Raise me off the ground. They do let water in a little bit on the skin here, but not this liner. And they breathe enough that your feet don't sweat and make you cold. Because what is the point if your feet get wet from the inside? That's deadly in winter to have wet feet. Let's see. Gloves, I am using... Oh, wait, let me go with socks. Socks, I recommend these. These are Hanes. I stole them from my hubby. He's like, I will never have these socks again. I can see that. You may just have them. Thank you. These are really thick, warm socks. We got a donation. I told him just put them in the bin underneath the vigil. That's one of the few things that you can just drop off there. Please do not drop off clothes without giving it to a person and checking in with them whether they can be distributed. Another way to do it is to give them through me. I will keep them at my house, and I will bring them every time I go to my car, like I have been, and asking people what they need. And it's just a gift. Let's see. Gloves, I was using Polar Tech underlying. Again, no, I bought these new. I would not. I'm not trying to have people buy, folks like $15 gloves all the time, right? But if you know somebody who's down there a lot, and you want to help keep up the fight, go ahead and do what you want for them. They're going to keep them and hold on to them. Responsible people, right? And then you need a second set of gloves. This is winter. Winter is extremely powerful. We are changing the hearts and minds. And we're doing it right on their doorstep, very, very visibly. Jack is helping 99 outfit other people, including myself and anybody who stays there regularly, with those shiny, reflective vests like Munjin wears and Barry wears. So he's got a sign on it that threw Nick Fish's quote back at him, like we like to do. And Nick Fish read it. He was staring in his back when 99 was told to look around, and he's like this. All right, so we're all going to have different things on them. That's how we're going to do, like that woman said, stay visible. This person who came by said that. Blow up bedroll, really super good. But any padding will work if a person can carry it with them. The thing is that Colonel is making these boards, these sleeping sleds. Those sleeping sleds raise you off the ground, keep your body temperature better, and keep water underneath you running, not going into your sleeping bag. I don't care how good you are with a tarp roll. You can make yourself a burrito, but the rain comes down really fast. As soon as you get wet, you're screwed for the night. You are in danger. You've got to get warm. That's why I am suggesting that maybe it is time for me to say yes, gas cards to me, to Donna, to Angela. Anybody who's coming there regularly with a car is very, very necessary. Charging phones, warming people up by driving around, letting them sleep in my car, taking clothes down and donating it. Anything that's not needed, I bring back. I'm washing. These are the things that you give to people just for the day. Sleeping bags, blankets. But for people who are there night after night, you got to just pick one and outfit them. Or pick somebody who you know will distribute it, that you trust will, if they don't need it themselves, they're going to give it to another person. Don't leave stuff out down there, please, because we can't tell if it belongs to somebody, and if nobody's taking responsibility because they don't know, rain comes down. It's just a mess. We just have to watch out to not take people's stuff accidentally, and so that causes a problem. Fleece Pants, major find. These are the best for the inside. Besides thermal underwear, thank you 99. $5 for a set, I can get them. If you can do better, write to Hanes, write to people, ask them for it. I'm giving those out. I'm looking for microfiber pants, outer pants. This is my best discovery. I waterproof these even more using a spray silicone. I would suggest that you do this through me. The spray silicone goes to me, care of anybody at the vigil. If we have the stuff to spray, I will do it. It takes a couple of coats. A can go by for 1 shoes and 1 pair of pants for $5 if it's on sale. but this is waterproof. This is life-saving. A hat, a wool hat, like a fisherman's stocking cap, is the best. Another thing that's working really well for me is, I just discovered, is I took one of the knit hats. Thank you for donating knit hats. Somebody made those for us, and they've gone to me, but a whole bunch of people. We give them out. And I didn't have a hat. And when I find my other hat, I'm donating it. So we get those washed. They're washable. But that in itself falls off my head at night. So here's what I discovered. A knit hat plus a bandana or a scarf around your eyes and around your ears, holding that thing tight to your head, you will be able to sleep through the night. I almost slept. I've only slept one time in the 6 attempts that I've tried to sleep through the night. So light sleeping bags. We don't need bulky ones at all. Light sleeping bags. And the key is it's a sleeping bag, a pallet, a mat, and really good clothes, and the shower curtain on top, and you're set. The only other things that we need are, for what I'm explaining. Now, Colonel is going to need fence boards. He's going to, Jack can probably use the sign money, because I want to help it be sustainable. He might donate or whatever, but let's give the cash to the people who are buying these supplies. You can get the pens at Winco, the paper at Winco for big signs. There's gift cards on vigiltv.com. Colonel is the brilliant one for keeping that vigil supplied with items that we need, like the candles, the oil lamps, all that stuff. So is 99. Let's see. Coffee. If we catch people as they're walking down the street, this is a really good icebreaker. If we have somebody who's having a really bad night and they're already wet and they're cold or whatever's happening to them, this is a really good mercy giver, and it's a great conversation starter. We cook it, and it feels good to just stand there and watch it, cooking up. When you get fair trade organic coffee at Freddy's, like Javatopia for $7 a pound, we use less, it's perk grind, and we brew it longer. And that equals the same as Folgers. But if you are a coffee angel and you bring us Folgers, I'm trying to make a heartfelt change to not just say anything, okay? Whatever you can do. I believe in the fair trade coffee for the Occupy, and I think it's a great thing to bring the mission out. But we just love and appreciate your gifts. And so here's the butane. We also need propane because we have a heater from Paul. Thank you, Paul. He's in Hawaii, so apparently he doesn't want it back. But we had it to give it back, but there you go. So we have a heater. And we can take a little teepee that we hold, just some tarp and a couple of poles, and we can warm people up inside. We can put it and dry out things, or put it in a car even, and dry things out, like if we're in the car with it. Dry out people. Okay, so I think... Oh, fleece lined jacket. And the thing is that I salvaged this with all-purpose BioClean. I got this at People's. It was $2.59 a pound, and or whatever. And so this whole thing, when it was full, was like it was like $2. But the thing is that this is a concentrate. You can use it around your house for anything, and it takes out smoke and grease. Campfire damaged things are garbage until I got this. So you can use it for laundry. You can use it for dishwashing soap. You can use it to for a spray cleaner or anything. So get that stuff if you can. Freddy's has it in a bottle, but you can also get it at People's Co-op near like 30th-ish and Southeast Powell by bulk. So vigiltv.com, there's contact information. 99 tweets what's needed at that moment. He's my consult when I want to find out what to bring and what to tell people on my Twitter. I'm using the Occupy Vigil Twitter, which is OPDXVigilTV. That's also our Gmail, at Gmail. It's also our main load up YouTube. And then Occupy Vigil TV is our second highlights video, which I'm trying to catch up on. So again, we're using cash for gear right now and for supplies for messaging. We're going to try to help people get money for signs. We love those vests. Thank you, Jack, and you know, Barry in 99, and Moonjin's always worn them. And yeah, when that person said stay visible, and Nick Fish is reading the back of the sign that says his quote back to him, I would say that's pretty visible. So we're going to do that. And we put our buttons on them. It's killer. Dan the Button Man, thank you. So anyway, I'm sure I forgot things. You can write to opdxvisualtv@gmail. Just go to visualtv.com. All right. So find a person that you can outfit. Find a person who will take things that they don't need and distribute them fairly. And work with me if you want to just kind of do that. Let's catch people when they need us with Mercy, with those blankets that we can't keep down there, but I can transport in my car. Help anybody out with a car with gas money. That's really vital now. So thank you. I'm not using it for myself or around town, okay? The only driving I do is down to the Vigil and back, and I'm driving people around, warming them up, letting them sleep in my car. There's other people doing this, all right? There's other people taking people to services when it's just an emergency. I know some things that Angela did that were really beautiful. Donna's going the super shopper route where she can take somebody when she's got time to outfit them. You know, but people sleeping in cars and stuff, it's saving lives. So I'm not ashamed to say, I know it's a gas guzzling car, and I'm sorry, and I live far away, but it is worth the $10 or whatever it's costing me to do that. It's expensive, but it is worth it. It is saving people, so it's a good investment, and I'm proud to say that. Okay, visualtv.com. Sorry I had to do this broadcast more than once. It didn't record the first time. And I think I got all our gear listed. But if you want to know more and how to drop stuff off and who is doing what and who to give to, or further ideas, just email. People aren't emailing yet, and I know that they have these questions. Email us. The link is on visualtv.com. I love you so much. Thank you, all your supporters. Thank you, Donor, for setting us up with Visual TV forever so that we can focus on the gear and not worry about not, you know, we cannot get caught without a camera when these police harass us or City Hall. It's the means of having a lawsuit. It's the means of standing up and saying, hey, did you see that? It's time-stamped, it's date-stamped, and it's also got the ability when a car comes by and harasses us, we yell at that license plate of a city vehicle. It's a really powerful piece of evidence for court. It's a powerful tool to check the police on their behavior. The last couple of weeks, something has clicked and the police have stopped. Well, there's also been lawyers involved, so thank you. So that Visual TV was really important, and now we do not have to spend money on it. Seriously, isn't that amazing? So the next phase is gear for winter. This is our most powerful opportunity to change the public, to change City Hall, to change the police, because they are going to see people lying in front of City Hall going what they're going through, which is horrible, and they're going to see how committed we are. So that is why we really need this gear, and we need to coordinate our signage and everything else with everyone. And you guys can find the people that you believe will take what you want done and do it. So find those people or email Visual TV if you want some help with that. visualtv.com. Thank you, everyone.